What's up, MP?
These are the games you have to win to be taken serious.
They got nothing on y'all. You got this. Bulldog t-shirt giveaway coming up fast. Secure your tickets today and be there every day of the arena. Wait, Bulldog
Don't miss out on any upcoming house video games. Visit us online and our ticket booth for more information. Folks, make sure to join us for the upcoming game where you will receive a free Cavaliers t-shirt. Great way to remember your day of the game.
What's better on the half year? Is it your favorite mascot, Bulldog? Cavaliers are attention fans. Right by the top on our next giveaway. Every fan in the town will go home with a Cavaliers backpack. And we know you all got a mouse in the house.
Fans, be here for the mascot mania. Cocktails and events will receive a poster of Bulldog.
Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. It's Wednesday, Hump Day, and we're ready to bring you all the action. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And we're pleased to have on the sidelines tonight, David Aldridge. Taking a look here at some of the numbers for Jimmy Butler.
And his three-point shooting has gotten a lot better over his last 10 games. He looks so much more comfortable from beyond. There's no doubt he's got the green light to let it fly whenever the shot's there for him.
So here's Miami's starting group. In the post, it's Jovic and Adebayo. Hero in at shooting guard with Butler at small forward. And it's Jones in at the 1. And for Cleveland, a loaded backcourt. It's Garland and Mitchell. A lot of length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. And it's Strus in at the 3, the small forward. One thing, Doris, that should attract a lot of attention in this game, that matchup at the guard position. That is going to be special.
Well, that's the point of attack on both ends of the floor, and it's always fun to see skilled and capable guards duel it out. It is like watching a great chess match.
Oh, nice ball movement. Hero's an underrated passer, makes great decisions.
On the wing, Mitchell. Mobley outside. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kenny Atkinson and I got a chance to talk for just a bit. I asked Coach about facing off against Bam Adebayo, and he told me the dangerous thing about Bam is his versatility. He's able to play different roles for his team depending on the matchup. And that versatility makes it difficult to game plan against him. Guys?
Okay, David, thanks. Well, it was Miami winning their last game against the Rockets.
Yeah, proficiency from range, away from home, much easier said than done. They played a terrific ball game.
And I think it was clear that their plan was to attack from the three-point line, and it worked to perfection.
Here's Garland. Jimmy Butler making his last shot, and they get it. It's rebounded by Jovic. Miami's on 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Adebayo. Here's Mitchell. He's coming off a 31-point game against the Hornets in Charlotte.
And then there was his passing. When he wasn't scoring on his own, he was making plays for his teammates, and they just couldn't figure out how to defend it.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Jones, no luck. Cavaliers have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals. Allen, and Adebayo sends it back.
And got to be careful shooting around Adebayo. An athletic big man who gets up as fast as anybody to block shots. Jones from outside bangs home the trifecta.
Jones has got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Heat. And the league is still buzzing, Greg, about MP, registering a quadruple double.
One of the greatest all-around games in league history. MP is an incredible talent, and you know he'll put on another show here tonight.
And Dwayne Wade is the first Heat player to be honored with a statue. And Greg, that's pretty significant for a very successful franchise.
And Kevin, well-deserved, right? D-Wade, the best player in franchise history. He helped bring 3 championships to the city, plus he's already got a street named after him.
Now Mitchell, after the missed 3 from Jones. There's Garland, driving in, lays it up and banks it in.
That's what we call a savvy move, folks. Darius Garland can get anywhere he wants using his instinct and his skill.
Adebayo with the bucket.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
It's stolen by Jones. Floats it up for Adebayo. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
Here's Allen, following the basket by Bam Adebayo. Garland, no good.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
And it goes down 2 points.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrap.
Just a remarkable gem. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. And on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you can see how impressive that move was. Now, here's Strus. No scoring in this one. Allen kicks to Garland. And denied. He sends it right off the glass.
Boy, it's been a struggle in this quarter, and the team needs more from him. There's no doubt.
On the basket by Jones. MP with video game numbers. How about the 60, 20, and 10 triple-double?
An all-time game in league history. MP just doing everything. This guy is a human cheat code.
And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Taking a look at Cleveland. They're still riding with the middle of the pack, but trending upward.
And you know, for the Heat, they've fulfilled expectations and then some. Riding high down the back 9 now, looking invincible.
And that one's good by Butler.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
Boy, just sheer dominance, the ability to step into enemy territory and flat out take over. This is impressive.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
And so here's Cleveland, following the score by Miami. Allen with the screen for Mitchell. And he can't stop the run as he misses. The Heat leading by 23. There's Hero with the 3. That's in, coming off an assist from Jones. Jones has got 3 assists in the game. Got a piece of it, nabbing another steal.
And every swipe he comes up with inches him closer to the second spot on the most steals in a season.
Well, his defense has been historic as he marches towards second on the all-time steals list.
And Don Busey coming up with 281 steals back in 1977, a mere 4 years after they started recording steals as an official stat. Amazing to see that number being approached.
Just 4 to shoot. And Mitchell gets it to go.
Well, it's all about decision-making in the pick and roll, and Donovan Mitchell making all the right choices.
Butler passes to Adebayo. Over Allen. Again, the Heat good for 2.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Last game for the Cavaliers, it was a loss to Charlotte. Mobley outside. to Garland. And it's Miami with the rebound. Heat moving the ball around. Jones for three. Connects from three-point range. Jones has got 19 points.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Garland, no good.
And another miss. Oof, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. And again, Miami with the triple.
Crushing it right now. They've done an excellent job of spacing the floor.
And what surprises me is the defense hasn't done anything to take away that three-point shot. That has been their preferred weapon tonight.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
Here's Jovic. Jones, no luck.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Strus passes to Garland. Here's Allen. Right side, Garland. Back to Mobley. Pass to Mitchell. That one's off. Still out of sync. And it's Jones with the ball for Miami. Doris, one of the more relentless players in the NBA, Donovan Mitchell.
Kevin, what I love about him is he loves the lead role. He feels very comfortable carrying tremendous responsibility on the offensive end. Donovan, one of the more confident players you'll meet.
Mobley. Rebound by the Heat. Adebayo's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Credit the defense right there. They have not allowed this guy to get going at all in this period.
Kicks it out to Hero. Here's Jones. And another basket for Miami.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
The wide open look here for Garland. A three-pointer off the mark.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
Back to Jones. Launches a three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Jones has got 27 points.
And the defense is in disbelief here. Triple after triple.
There's Garland. The Cavaliers again can't hit.
No doubt the fight's there. They are trying to battle back, but he's just really struggling this quarter.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
And I think they count on him for that. He is a tone setter, extremely unselfish.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin. Well, prime time in the last game against the Rockets lit up the floor. He had an impressive number of points, and the points were just the start of it. He joined an elite few by walking away with a quadruple-double. He was remarkable in that game. It's not often you see a player that dominant, and I'm sure he wants to keep it going. Guys?
Thank you, David. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
One of the things I like about this guy, he's able to up the intensity whenever needed, and players really feed off his energy.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
And here is Butler after Darius Garland getting his shot to go from deep. There's Hero with a three, nailed from three-point land. Hero's got his second bucket of the night.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
And here's Garland for three. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo. Adebayo's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
And I'll tell you, they're going to need more from this guy if they're going to cut into this deficit.
Here's Jovic. He's got 5. Here's Jones. And it's Jones finishing it off.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. 56 seconds left here in the first quarter. Garland against Jones. Tries it from 19. Garland, no good. Inside. Kicks it out to Jones. Over Garland. Again, the Heat good for 2.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
Mobley outside. Garland with the screen for Mobley. Pass to Strus. Cleveland moving the ball around. Mobley sets the pick for Mitchell. And the 3 ball is good. Mitchell's got 5 points so far.
Well, we know Mitchell can hurt you from outside the arc. The defense better recognize this moving forward.
Hero from long range. Oh, and he nails it just in time.
One eye on the rim, one on the clock. What a play.
Coaches talk about ending quarters. Well, you cannot do it better than that.
We're at the end of the first quarter, and what a blowout already in this one. It's the Heat running away with this one. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Heat.
They are committed to running the floor in this one, relying on their speed to get a lot of points off the fast break.
Another big component of their early game tonight has been points off turnovers. Great job converting on those chances.
On the court for Miami here in the second. Wing pairing will be here. Making a change here. Jones is checked in. And the Cavaliers call time here.
Timeout, Cleveland.
Your Cleveland Cavaliers dance team. Give them a round of applause.
Here's Alexander Walker. Still without a basket. Shoots over Hero. Shot's good by Alexander Walker. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Olynyk finds Jaquez. Jaquez gets the screen from Jones. Jaquez with the bucket. Jaquez has got his first bucket in this one.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Here's Tyson. Jaquez defending. Jaquez with the rebound.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Oh, he's putting on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Here's Alexander Walker. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. For the 3. The shot by Mitchell, no good.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Jones, no luck. For Cleveland, they've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. And it's good for 2. Alexander Walker's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Jones for 3. Good on the three-point shot.
And even after all those three-pointers he hit in that first quarter, it looks like the D still didn't learn its lesson as they've left him open for another one.
Now, here's Mitchell. 5 points in the game. Pass to Alexander Walker. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Here's Hero. That's in, coming off an assist from Jones. Jones has got assist number 7 for him tonight. Mitchell outside. They get it back. Wagner kicks to Mitchell. And the 3 off target.
No idea why he's attempting so many outside shots. It's not his day, and he needs to either look to drive or get it to an open teammate. Well, they're just riding the hot hand down the stretch, and he's been in a zone all night.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And Jones slams it home.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Here's Wagner. The Heat getting the bucket. Here's Mitchell. Again, Mitchell missing.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
And here is Mitchell after the three-pointer from Jones.
Well, you're trying to answer the three, but you force up a shot that he would have been better off passing up.
Pass to Highsmith. And that one, good.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Jaquez with the steal. There's the lob to Hero. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Oh, a little bit of a high wire act there from Hero. Getting elevated, giving them a dose of energy on that alley-oop.
To the paint. Can they get it? And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. When Donovan Mitchell, Greg, is on the floor, he is the offense.
Yeah, and that goes beyond just his ridiculous scoring. It gets overlooked that he's also a skilled passer. So one way or another, Mitchell is finding points out there.
Bam Adebayo's checked in for the Heat. Now, Hero. 11 points for him in that last game against the Rockets in Houston.
And his passing was simply amazing. A lot of fun to watch.
Cavaliers shooting a rough 22% so far in this one. Pass to Wagner. Adebayo against Strus. Back to Wagner. And here is Mitchell. Just 5 to shoot. Stolen by Jones. Stolen by Mitchell. Plenty of space. Rebound by the Heat. Adebayo's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Olynyk finds Jones. Again, the miss by the Heat.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Alexander Walker passes to Allen. It's stolen by Adebayo. In transition, here comes Miami. And it's Jones finishing it off.
Oh, great job moving the rock by Hero. Not a ball stopper. Tyler is a team player.
Noctopi swipes the ball away again.
And the thief.
Oh, my! Wow!
Young fella. Wow. We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. Now, here's Mitchell. He has 7. And he gets that one to go off the front eye. Mitchell's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, there are levels to this, and Donovan Mitchell can hurt you from every one. Nice midi there.
Shots good by Hero.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Mitchell against Jones. Mitchell kicks to Strus. Wagner wide open. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Jones, the pass to Adebayo. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Adebayo's got 10.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's Mitchell. Here he goes. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
Boy, if he's got momentum, you better step back. Donovan Mitchell on his way to the cup.
Hero kicks to Adebayo. Jones for 3. And it's Wagner with the rebound. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, the Heat are always a tough-minded bunch. Jimmy Butler says, I just think nobody cares on our team. Make or miss shots, we're going to be who we are because we're not worried about anybody else. So that's what I think it is, the I don't give a darn factor. I'm paraphrasing, Kevin. You get the picture.
I do, David. You are G-rated. Hey, thank you, D.A.
And really, the improvement as a finisher is noticeable for Kelly Olynyk.
Mitchell way outside. Again, Mitchell missing.
Yeah, and that three-point shot, it really has looked awful here in the second quarter. It hasn't stopped him from attempting them, but it's time to maybe find something else to do.
And it's Mitchell with the ball for Cleveland. It's off to Utah after this game where they'll face the Jazz. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Pass to Strus. The three. And there's Mitchell. That's good on the assist by Allen. Mitchell's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Boy, how quick from the touch to the release for Donovan Mitchell. Look out, defense.
Here's Jaquez. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Jaquez has got his second bucket.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Here's Strus. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession. Why don't we go to the 2K leaderboard? Over the past month, these teams have been playing a very entertaining brand of basketball. Number one, the Heat.
I mean, it's about the pace they played with here offensively. They don't look like they're showing any signs of slowing down.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Evan Mobley comes in for Wagner. And it's Garland in for Donovan Mitchell. Then for the Heat, Nikola Jovic is checked in for Olynyk. And it's Jimmy Butler coming in for Jaime Jaquez. He gets that one. Jones has got 53.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Greg, you've been a part of some great contending teams over the years, but what's it like being on a team at the bottom of the standings with not a lot of hope for the regular season?
Well, Kevin, no one likes losing, but it can certainly take a toll. But it can also allow you to play more freely when you know you're bad and you're not having to deal with the pressure of expectations. Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Garland, rebound by the Heat. Last time they met was in Miami.
Yeah, they cruised to a win in these teams' last encounter, and their field goal percentage was off the charts.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
And here are the Cavaliers now. After Jimmy Butler made that last three-pointer. Back to Garland. It's hauled in by the Heat. Hero's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Jones from outside. And the Heat, another three.
Well, they're calling his number time and time again, and he is delivering.
For Cleveland, they come into this one following a loss to the Hornets in Charlotte.
And missing your free throws usually changes the complexion of a game. Certainly did in that one.
You know this. Nothing gets a crowd into the game more than a bunch of missed free throws. That's one of the worst things you can do on the road.
Basket counts.
Man, Hero is sinister off the dribble.
The Cavaliers shooting in the second quarter has been pretty embarrassing, just 27%. Garland, no good.
He has that confidence rolling, hitting 2 threes in the first, but he hasn't had one since.
And yep, another basket.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. They need this. Drills the three-pointer. Garland's got 13.
That's his first triple of the second period, 3rd of the game.
Jones for 3, connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Here's Garland. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Charlotte.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team, productive and efficient.
Butler on the way. Beyond the arc. It's good from long range. 14 points for him.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Miami ahead. They finish off the second quarter with an energy burst, a 19-7 run. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Hello, everybody. Let's start out with a look at the recently announced Players of the Week. For the West, Luka Doncic.
We saw plenty of Luka magic over this stretch. He is quite simply must-see 2K TV. And not just here in the U.S. He's an international icon, kind of like you, Shaq.
I know you don't know what that feels like, Kenny, but believe me, it's satisfying.
Oh, see, I gave you a props, and then you go at me like that?
You don't even have a passport.
Now let's talk about that first half. What an impressive performance for the Heat.
Well, you look at all the assisted buckets, I like how they're working together. Ball movement and selfless play can be infectious.
Excuse me, are infectious and contagious the same thing?
You're the doctor. Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. It's Garland with the ball for Cleveland. And another steal for him.
Another legend leapfrogs with that steal. What a year he's having.
You're right, GA. His defense has been terrific, and now he can claim the second spot for himself for most steals.
Yeah, and Don Busey set the mark in 1971 with 281, but now, so many decades later, that record has been passed. Amazing.
And so it's Cleveland with it after the Heat pick up 2. 6 on the shot clock, 13 feet away, and it's in off the backboard. Garland's got 19 points.
Well, that's the ball handling skills of Darius Garland on full display. This guy skilled at creating opportunities.
Ooh, the one-hand tomahawk, guys. Somebody's going to get their feelings hurt.
Yeah, they got the entire bench up right there as they saw that and out of their chairs. Now, here's Mitchell. Down low, here's Mobley. And Mobley throws it down.
That's just big-time playmaking ability from Donovan Mitchell. This guy working the defense to create a shot opportunity.
Here's Butler. Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
When it comes to players who like having fun, Jimmy Butler has to be way up there.
Kevin, did you see his media picture for the 23-24 season? He looked like he belonged in an emo band with that hairstyle. Jimmy is definitely one of those guys that likes to troll and have fun.
Jones for 3. Allen with the rebound.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
And Garland has it in the corner. Off target with his 3. Heat have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. And the shot goes in.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Now, here's Mitchell. 14 points for him. Garland with the screen for Mobley. Pass to Garland. Here's Mitchell. There's the 3. Another miss by Garland.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
The Heat shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
2 shots.
And so Jones nails both of them. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Jones. And got it. Another basket.
And that's 70.
He's unbelievable.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
And there's the call on Jones. And that'll be his third foul so far. Heat on D. Up top, Garland. Defended by Jones. To stop the run. Garland, no good.
And so much for repeating the three-point barrage he put on in the first half. Nothing here in the second.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones.
Well, when you're careless with the basketball, you can expect that to happen.
Poke loose. Stolen by Jones. Yet another bucket.
What a game. That's 72 points.
He's been simply, Greg, sensational throughout this one. The Heat have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. Cleveland's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Mitchell wide open. And another miss by Cleveland.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
Hard not to like how dynamic Garland is on the floor. He's a high-energy player who works hard to maximize his impact on the game.
Doris, when the Cavaliers made the trade for Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland then began to do a lot of his work off the ball.
He had to, Kevin, and he made no secret of the fact that this was an adjustment. When you are accustomed to being the primary initiator, moving off the ball takes time. But to his credit, he's adapted beautifully.
Now Jones, after Darius Garland missing on that last three-pointer.
And this is too easy for Adebayo. Once he's close to the rim, he is going to damage it.
And here's Garland for 3. And Jones pulls it down. Jones has got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place. Shoots over Garland, and Jones gets it to go in on the assist from Hero. Hero's got his 7th assist in the game. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Mitchell feeling it out a bit. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Lets it go from the wing. And another basket for Miami.
Oh, a dead-eye shooter. Hero is always ready to snipe it off the feed.
Strus kicks to Allen. Pass to Garland. Mobley a screen on Jones. Here's Garland. The Cavaliers with another miss.
Listen, that's a look he can hit, but right now he can't throw it in the ocean.
And here's the fast break. Adebayo leading the way.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
And that's good. Darius Garland for 3. Garland's got 7 points here in this quarter. And here are the Heat now. Next game, they'll take on the Pacers in Indianapolis at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. And that will conclude a 4-game road trip.
Well, nice job crashing the glass. You'd love to see that kind of effort.
Mitchell finds Garland. Mobley outside. Hero against Mitchell. Outside Garland. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
Well, Darius Garland is relatively new to this league, folks. But one thing we know unequivocally, he is so skilled offensively.
Cavaliers shooting a pretty sorry 29% from the floor here. On the floor for Miami starting the 4th. Terry Rozier is out there with Jones. Then there's Jaime Jaquez. Then it's Kelly Olynyk. And it's Highsmith in at the power forward position. Clock at 6. Wagner passes to Najee. Here's Alexander Walker. That 3 off the mark. On offense, here are the Heat. Pass to Jones. Fires the 3. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. Rozier's got his 3rd assist on the night.
He tore it up from downtown in the first half. Now hits this one. Dangerous shooter, guys.
Mitchell against Jones. Mitchell outside. Looking to get it going. Oh, and the dunk by Mitchell.
Well, why did Donovan Mitchell win the dunk contest? Case in point right there.
And great camera work showing up on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's Jones. Connects again. And there's 80 points.
Wow. Just wow. This guy right now on another level.
Jones against Mitchell. From outside, off the mark.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Jones for 3. And again, Miami with the triple.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Olynyk finds Jones. Jacks up a 3. And another one.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. Here's Mitchell. And Cleveland again with the bucket. Here's Jones. We've heard some players' doors propose that refs should be fined for missed calls, especially with the game on the line. What do you think?
Kevin, I couldn't disagree more. First and foremost, the level of accountability for NBA officials is unprecedented. And keep in mind, there is discipline for high-profile mistakes and mistakes of all kinds. Every single game, every single call is evaluated, and you see their progression in terms of, yes, they'll officiate in the playoffs, or no, they won't. We are right where we need to be.
It's rebounded by Cleveland.
And it didn't fall, but that's the kind of shot they want their offense to create.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
Here's Highsmith. Got a piece of it, and he's able to get it back. Jones, no luck. Cavaliers have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. Tyson. And Rozier pulls it down.
Going for that shot in that situation is something that isn't going to help the offense.
And in a way, by taking that one, he's bailing out the defense. It's just too easy to stop.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah. Nabbing another steal.
And he has been an absolute feast on the floor. Another steal.
Greg, that swipe puts him tied for second all-time for most steals in a game. What a defensive effort from him. Here's Mitchell. That one goes. Count it. Mitchell's got 11 in the second half.
One of the real streak scorers in the game. Donovan Mitchell is heated up and percolating.
On the basket by Jones.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Here's Mitchell. A second chance effort. It's hauled in by the Heat. Jaquez has got 6 rebounds in the game. Jumps up, and it's Jones finishing it off.
Well, the evolution of Scary Terry as a creator for others. Really nice ball movement there.
Cavaliers have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the 4th quarter. Pass to Tyson. There's the pick from past the arc. And Jones pulls it down. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. Lets it go with the 3. And the Heat, another 3.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc. A key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
It feels like they have worked their perimeter game to perfection, swinging the ball, cashing in from the outside. What a performance.
Rozier off the pick from Jones. And a beautiful finish by Rozier.
Well, early in his career, you played Terry Rozier as a driver. Now you've got to deal with that three-point shooting ability.
And here's Mitchell from the arc. Rebound by Olynyk.
And maybe, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes. Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
And he hasn't forced much tonight. I love the efficiency he's giving to them.
A clear look for Mitchell, and the jumper is good. Mitchell's got 27.
Well, I'm telling you, this guy is doing everything he can to get them where they want to be. He's been on a mission in this period. They got very fortunate there, guys. They should just take their time on offense and not try to force things.
Max Strus is checked in for Najee. Heat also with the sub. Ware's checked in. To the inside. Pass to Olynyk. The tray. Traps in the tray.
Boy, you see Olynyk just ready to attack off the pass. Nice catch and shoot.
Well, Cleveland shooting 40% in the fourth. Jones against Mitchell. Greg, we see the NBA fining players for certain actions or statements.
Multiple offenders are always going to be under the microscope, Kevin. Sometimes they end up playing into those expectations, so those punishments can appear a bit skewed.
No good on the quick three. Heat shooting the lights out in this one, 77%. Back to Jones. To the wing right side. Here's Zeller. On the wing, Rozier. No good on the three. The Cavaliers shooting only 31%. Their offense really struggling to put possessions together. Back to Garland. Mobley sets the pick for Garland. Offline with his three. And it's the Heat with the ball to the middle. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Well, not exactly one of those big, burly power forwards, right? He depends on his leaping ability more than those guys, and it serves him just fine.
Mitchell dishes to Garland. And Jones sends it back. There's the triple. Good! Another from three. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Heat.
Great job by this team closing out, blocking a bunch of shots, and just a tremendous effort defensively.
They've also been scoring on the break. With how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court, anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
Well, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Back to Garland. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. Jones against Garland. And the Heat, another three.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
For three. The shot comes out.
I'll tell you, it's been a struggle for him in this period, and they're struggling as a result.
Here's Mobo. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Ever since halftime, they've played precision basketball on the offensive end.
I got to believe that's something the coach talked to them about at the halftime. They have valued each possession. Wow, you don't see him left alone very often, and of course, he makes good use of it.
Here's Jones. Oh!
Wow.
Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. And here is Mitchell. And here's Garland for three. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got 6 rebounds in the game. Good, that's another bucket. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
And there's the call on Jones. That will be foul number 5 on him.
In for the Heat, Allen, Bruce Brown.
Allen passes to Mitchell. The 3 from Garland. And Jones pulls it down.
He needs to drive to the rim. The shot just not going.
From outside the arc. And again for 3. He's really sniping him from outside.
Locked in, feeling confident in that three-point shot.
Garland kicks to Mobley. Back to Garland. Shot to stop the run. It's hauled in by the Heat.
I don't know if he's tired or what, but he is definitely holding back a little bit, and he has to step his game up right now.
Good, another from 3.
He has been on the money from deep.
Yep, definitely looking to shoot it as much as possible. Pass to Mobley. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Garland.
Well, we call that a high percentage shot for Mr. Evan Mobley. He gets after it in there.
Here's Hackett. Up and in on the layup.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this is simply stated been a complete lack of defense.
He swipes the ball away again.
Fantastic swipe, and he now stands by himself for second most steals in a game.
Oh, he is so fast. Gets his hands on the ball in the blink of an eye. And Greg, the steal numbers are unreal.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Miami.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And, of course, this season for these guys has been just remarkable. Win after win, we've watched them take on the best teams in the league and dispatch them with ease. Tonight will mark win number 72, adding to the storied season one more time.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far, they've won 2 straight.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for prime time.
Boy, I have loved this guy's energy all night. There was never a point in which he let up. The triple-double evidence of the kind of effort and skill he has.
No coverage that time. Garland's got 31.
Well, nice rise and fire from range by Darius Garland. The three-point shot so highly valued.
Sinks the triple.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
Pass to Strus. Lets the 3 fly. And another 3 for Cleveland.
Oh, Darius Garland asserting himself. The answer back from distance.
Outside, Jones. 3-pointer. Hits it again. Wow.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA, really taking it to the opposition. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. So long.
MP has ruled the boards all season. He really did that.
The champ is here. This is a bad man. These Hoosiers think they know ball, but you'll show them.
facing one of the heavyweights tonight.
Welcome and thanks for joining 2K Sports for a Friday night full of NBA action. I'm Brian Anderson, alongside Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. Allie LaForce is our reporter. Let's see some of the numbers here for Jimmy Butler.
He's been really dialed in from deep during these last 5 games, looking assertive and in control every time he rises up to shoot from beyond the three-point line, and it's been fun to watch.
All right, now let's check out the starters for the Miami Heat. Hero is the 2 with Butler as the 3. Jovic and Bam play together inside, and it's Jones in at the point. And for the Pacers, Nembhard and Mathurin, they're the wings. Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. And it's Halliburton in at the point. Well, this last stretch of the season could be the final NBA games for some of the aging stars in the league. Grant, when did you know it was time?
Well, you know, B.A., I made it 19 years in the league, and at 40 years old, I was kind of happy to be done. But I hope that all the guys retiring this year have the same closure I had.
MP often talks to his team during flights, and recently, one of the main topics of discussion, winning on the road. It seems as it's developed into a mission for his squad.
And they have simply been unreal on the road. That tells you a lot about MP and this team's mentality. They block out the noise and don't let any distractions get to them.
And that one's good. Jovic.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Jones. Oh, wow! Oh,
watch out below.
Big finish. We are all still talking MP's triple-double, Grant. A 60-20-10 game. My goodness.
Oh, as if 60 points isn't enough. MP adding in those 20 rebounds, 10 assists. Come on, B.A. That's just not fair.
Halliburton. And the bucket is good.
Now that was nasty. Absolutely nasty. Halliburton looking like a street baller. With that kind of dribble move, major handles.
Jones from outside. Nails it from 3. Jones has got 7.
And this is how you want to start the ball game. 4 for 4 from the field. Seems like they're right on point and can't miss.
Miami shooting their first foul shots of the night.
Those are good numbers for any team. I mean, they can feel extremely good about their free throw shooting percentage this season.
Jones hits them both. All the talk around the NBA, Grant, that quadruple double from MP.
I still can't believe he did it, B.A. MP doing it all for his team. And everyone in this crowd is here to see him tonight.
Now here's Halliburton. In his last outing, 16 points for him. Over Jones. Halliburton, no good.
Most nights this shot would have been his, but the defender gave him just enough trouble.
Jovic passes to Jones. On target from range. He's got 12.
He's going off this quarter. A huge reason why this team is on top.
The Pacers have gone 1 for 3 so far. Well, there's no question. Pascal Siakam has raised the ceiling of this Pacers team.
Yeah, absolutely. He complements Halliburton's up-tempo style very well. And defensively, he shores things up with his ability to guard 1 through 5.
Here's Halliburton, a real weapon on offense, averaging around 24.5 a game. And it's Rick Carlisle calling timeout here. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Left this year. Let's see what the playoff race looks like in the East. You take a look at the Heat. They have looked in control all season long. Aren't showing any signs of taking their foot off the gas anytime soon. And of course, Indiana, a couple spots down.
Well, I think for Miami, I recall them having a lot of naysayers at the start of the season. But now, they may not have any. This team is ready for a deep playoff run.
They do have the pieces in place for a title run, but the competition in the playoffs will be stiff.
And why go away from attacking inside if the D has no answer for you?
Outside Mathurin. Back to Halliburton to win the run. And Indiana misses again.
Just 1 for 5. Not the start they were looking for. Obviously, there's still plenty of time to get on track.
And that one's good. Jovic.
That's 3 buckets in a row off assist.
First quarter of play, and we're about 3 minutes in. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Earlier, I spoke with Rick Carlisle. Right away, he acknowledged they're facing one of the best defensive players in the league in Bam Adebayo. He told me Bam can do it all. He can protect the rim, he can defend in isolation, he can rebound. So we have to keep our composure, be aware of his presence, and not let him dictate what we do. All right, let's send it back to you guys.
Okay, thanks, Allie. Here's Halliburton. The Heat making their last shot. Siakam outside. Puts up a 3. Adebayo grabs the board.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Drops in the 3.
Their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
And we'll have a timeout here called by Rick Carlisle. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. And now let's look at the leaderboard, specifically rebounding and who has been crashing the glass over the last month. Jones against Halliburton. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there.
Yeah, just a little off his game this quarter. He's trying to work his way into a rhythm.
From downtown, that's good from Jones. And the assist from Butler. Jones has got 17 points. You know, words sometimes don't do justice to MP's greatness on the court, Grant. But how about numbers? A 20-20-20 triple-double.
Oh, B.A., the kind of stat stuffing we've only seen before from Wilt Chamberlain and Russell Westbrook. He's lighting up box scores, opponents, marquees, you name it. He is here to shine.
Here's Jovic, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Jovic has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
This has been just a dreadful start for them defensively. Not good at all.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
Now here's Halliburton. 5 points in the game. Again, Halliburton missing.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Here's Butler. And there are the Heat with another bucket.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Jones against Halliburton. Turner, a screen on Jones. Halliburton for 3. Rebounded by Jovic.
Not his best night, and not the team's best night. Sometimes it just goes that way.
Jones misses. Indiana's gone just 1 of 6 from downtown. Halliburton against Jones. Here's Turner. Down it goes, and a great assist by Halliburton.
tossing around that 250 lbs Turner, going right through the contact.
Clark, we hear a lot of talk about Halliburton's Supreme Court vision. Just how good is it?
I think it's phenomenal, B.A. To be the facilitator that he is, you've got to have an understanding of what you're trying to run, but also a feel for how to get people shots and to adjust on the fly to what the defense is providing. And it's feel as much as it is skill, feeling where defenders are, feeling where your teammates are or might be. And that is a gift. And he's honed that in a way that's made him one of the top dime droppers in the league.
Now here's Nembhard. No points so far. Releases from 15. Halliburton, no good.
And unlike some other guys, missing a wide open look won't hurt his confidence at all.
Hero outside. And there's another one for the Heat.
6 of their last 10 points have come from that mid-range area.
And for Indiana, they're shooting just 21% in the first quarter. Pass to Turner. Now Halliburton, defended by Jones. Halliburton misses.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
And it's the Pacers with the ball. Miami making their last shot. Outside Mathurin. Unloads. Cans it with nobody near him.
He's got that guard quickness. Mathurin showing off his catch-and-shoot ability.
Jones from outside. Fires in the triple. Jones has got 24.
Yeah, he's been having his way this quarter, attacking the basket and protecting their lead.
Halliburton with the ball. Hero picks him up. Nembhard outside. Off target from three-point range. Pass to Adebayo. Here's Jones. Good, and the assist goes to Adebayo. Adebayo's got his third assist of the night. And so it's Halliburton with it. He brings it up for the Pacers. They defeated Washington in their last game.
What about their offense? It was a well-oiled machine, getting them high-quality looks time and time again.
Boy, it really showed the trust they have in one another. I love how they got after it, and you could feel that they were playing for each other.
Here's Halliburton. Miami making their last shot. Turner, a screen on Jones. Halliburton, the pass to Turner. Counted from distance. Turner's got 5 points.
Man, love how Turner reads the defense, sensing and seeing separation as the pass is coming his way. Man, calmly pulling up for the shot. Nice.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
He's lost his rhythm completely this quarter, but he's determined to stay after it.
Here's Adebayo. Back to Jones. There's the three. Nails it from beyond the arc. Jones has got 33.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
And finished off by Adebayo.
Oh, it's almost scary watching Adebayo throw it down. Incredible natural power.
The Pacers shooting only 26% in the first. And here's Turner. Playing Washington, he was nearly unstoppable.
He's been ice cold tonight. And, you know, you look at the scoreboard, guys, they really could have used his contribution.
And just shredding apart the defense with his passing. He's helping to pace this offense so well.
You know, numbers don't always tell the story, guys, but his assist totals do paint the picture here. I mean, he's got everybody involved.
Halliburton against Jones.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Turner passes to Halliburton. And Indiana misses again.
This has not been his best quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
Now here's Halliburton. He's got 5. And stolen by Jones. It's 2-on-1. Here's Hero. Out of bounds. It'll be Pacers ball. All right, a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last few months for Tyrese Halliburton.
And he's been trending downward in terms of his average points per game, and a number of reasons can lead to this, but he needs to figure out how to get back on track.
Olenek's checked in for Miami. Jaquez comes in for Jimmy Butler. Pass to Nesmith. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. And a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for Miami.
To me, it's been the ball movement. That's been the key. I mean, going from good to great. Not settling for a good shot, making that extra pass, keeping the defense off balance, and taking great shots.
You know, they've also been very effective at running the floor. Just a ton of points in the fast break. It's been a big part of their success.
McConnell, he's checked in for Indiana. Now here's Jones, coming off an unbelievable high-scoring game. Shoots over Halliburton. It's rebounded by Indiana.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Miami dominating the game. Outside Jones. Lets it go from deep. He drops it from range. Jones has got 36 points.
Boy, he's been a rock of offensive support so far, and when they've needed a basket, they've turned to him.
There's 39 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Schroeder passes to Wiseman. Good D by Adebayo.
The way they've gotten after rebounds has been impressive.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Jones' shot is good.
He's certainly been their go-to guy when it matters most. He's trying to close this one out.
Halliburton, the pass to Wiseman. Back to Halliburton. Launches a 3. Rebound Miami. Jones has got rebound number 7 tonight. Olenek for 3. What a play! He drains it at the buzzer!
And just nails the 3. Way to close the quarter.
Talk about lifting up a team and energizing them at the end of a quarter. A 3 at the buzzer, that'll do it.
We're at the end of the first, and what a blowout already in this one. Miami out in front, running away with it. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And for the Heat here, they've been putting on a show.
That's simple. Offensively, they limited their turnovers. Defensively, they forced turnovers.
Yeah, I like the way they forced a ton of turnovers and then took advantage of those turnovers with opportunistic baskets.
Setting the floor for Miami. Rozier and Hero are the backcourt. Then it's Kelly Olynyk, then it's Jaime Jaquez, and it's Highsmith in at the power forward spot. Now here's Rozier, coming in off a 14-point game last time out. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Here's a great quote from Coach Eric Spoelstra, who said, "The Miami Heat culture is a system based on discipline and hard work. We stand for something. That's competition. That's winning. We feel that there's a championship DNA that you can develop." And Brian, they walk the walk.
One of the great organizations in the league, Allie. Here's Rozier. Pass to Hero. And that makes him 3 for 4. He's looking good.
You got to do more than that to stop Hero. He's superb at staying under control.
Outside Nesmith. Now here's Schroeder. Halliburton outside. Shot clock at 6. All sorts of time. Outside Nesmith. Lets the 3 fly. The offensive rebound. Oh, just couldn't take the lid off. They had their chances, came up empty.
They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Now here's Jaquez. 9 points in his last outing. Rozier outside. Offline with a three. He's checked in for Miami. Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
Indiana calls timeout. How about your Pace-Made Stance team, everyone? Show them some love.
Indiana's gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Halliburton outside. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played.
That's one of the things his coaches have encouraged him to do. Look for the mid-range jumper, Tyrese. Way to knock it down.
And Clark, a big part of Tyrese Halliburton's effectiveness, he is tall for a point guard.
Yeah, and you see that across the league, Brian. More and more teams making sure they get size on the perimeter. I mean, they're looking for length in the backcourt, and if you can find it in your point guard, that's even better. And Tyrese Halliburton, a poster guard for long, elite-level point guards.
And it's Jones with the ball for Miami. Their last encounter in Miami.
They came away with an easy win last time, due in large part to their work on the glass.
And, you know, one of the things about winning the physical battle like they did in that game, it gives you a lot of confidence going into the next meeting. You know you can push this team around in the paint and win the physical battle.
Changing ends quickly, scoring before the defense can set up. They've been doing it all game.
You know, they've been the more up-tempo team, clearly. It's helped them gain the advantage in this one.
Halliburton's shot is good.
Really hard to stop his pull-up. Excellent J from Halliburton.
For Miami, they've gotten 4 of their first 9 shots to go here in the second. Jones from outside. And the Heat, another 3.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Now here's Schroeder. He's been a consistent contributor, averaging just over 11 a game.
Excellent use of his physical gifts. Goes up strong and captures the board.
Jones in the post, defended by Halliburton.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air. And so far, he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
Pass to Highsmith. Jones' shot is good. Jones has got 46.
Getting buckets at a critical time. Just give him the ball and let him go to work.
And here's Wiseman. Here's Halliburton. Over Jones. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Halliburton's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
Shoots a fadeaway. And there are the Heat with another bucket. Indiana has gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. Pass to Nesmith. Now Schroeder. Halliburton's got an open look. Miami grabs the miss. Jones has got 9 rebounds now. Olynyk with the ball. Hero outside. Three-pointer. Knocks down the triple. Hero's got 13.
That's his second triple this quarter after hitting 1 earlier. This is how you space the floor.
Wiseman finds Schroeder. Oh, they get a hand on it. And stolen by Jones. Fast break. Here come the Heat. Another one falls. Amazing.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Just putting on a show. Three-pointer, Halliburton. Jaquez grabs the board. Miami with the ball. They're on a 19-7 run. Highsmith passes to Jones. Fires from deep. And again, it's Miami from deep.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
Now here's Halliburton. He's got 14.
Nice feed from Halliburton. He's really put in the work to become an outstanding passer.
Here's Hero. It goes again. His 6th basket in 7 tries.
Their interior D continues to look shaky. Not a good matchup for them right now.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they had.
And a new group getting ready for Indiana. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Wiseman. Pascal Siakam comes in for Nesmith. Matherin's checked in for McConnell. And it's Nembhard in for Schroeder. Adebayo's checked in for Miami. Butler comes in for Highsmith. Now here's Halliburton. Indiana again missing. Now here's Butler. Not a lot of room. Second chance effort. And he lays it in. He has 6.
And I love how they're working much harder on the glass this quarter and drumming up more second chance opportunities.
Well, the hustle and the effort, the consistency, all of that paying off in a big way. That's something that makes a coach smile.
Well, Clark, we hear coaches often say, trust your teammates. Why is that sometimes a challenge?
Well, you know, when you talk about passing the basketball, there's got to be a level of trust and confidence that where you pass it to is going to produce some fruit. And that it might come back to you if that's the best play. And then defensively, you can't be good defensively without communicating and trusting one another to cover for each other in the defensive scheme that you're playing.
Now here's Butler. A 20-point game for him in the win against Cleveland.
You know, over time with hard work, Butler has become a consistent shooter. And yet his jump shot, I think, continues to evolve.
Up top, Nembhard. He's guarded by Hero. Siakam, no good.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Here's Adebayo. And finished off by Adebayo.
What a confident dunk by Adebayo. He knows there's little the defense can do once he's elevated.
Indiana shooting poorly. Just 29% from the floor in this game. Fast break. Here come the Heat. And again.
This game has his name written all over it.
He has been phenomenal. An offensive onslaught. Turner, a screen on Hero. The drive by Nembhard. Outside for Halliburton. Stolen by Hero. Here's Butler. And it's Butler with the jam.
Look, that's exactly what you want to see from Butler. He's at his best when he's attacking the rack.
And for Indiana, they're shooting just around 33% since the second quarter got underway. And stolen by Adebayo. Down low. Here's Hero. Ooh, excellent D there from Turner.
It's one thing to prevent the layup. It's another to do it without fouling. Just terrific defense.
Here's Siakam. Oh, he clanks that one off the back iron and it falls. Siakam's got his first basket.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Jones misses. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Well, primetime and their last time out against the Cavaliers just played phenomenal. He dropped an amazing number of points in the story of the night. He put together the rare quadruple-double. He was locked in all night long. We'll see if that focus carries over into this game. Guys?
Thanks, Allie. Absolutely. He was a one-man show in that one, Grant.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same mentality tonight.
Yeah, you know, every night's different. They may try to double him, might force him to adjust, or force him to make plays with the pass instead. We'll see.
Stolen by Jones. And finished off by Adebayo.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Tipped away. Yet another steal from him.
He's making history. Tied for third most steals in a single game.
Just incredible tenacity. He continues to hound the ball.
What would this game be like without their easy points off of turnovers?
Boy, it's made matters a lot easier for him offensively.
And he's single-handedly trying to keep them alive. Terrific scoring quarter. Will it be enough, though?
Hero outside with the crossover. Good, and Butler gets the assist. Butler's got 3 assists now in this one.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Pass to Matherin. Jones against Halliburton. Here he goes. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. It goes on Bam Adebayo.
Halliburton just too good for the defense there. Great tenacity and physicality on that drive.
Jovic, he's checked in for Jaquez. And both free throws good for Halliburton. Miami with the ball. They're on a 17-7 run. Count that one. Butler's got 12 points.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Here's Adebayo. Again gets it to go. He can't miss. 5 for 5.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Here's Halliburton. Connects on the 17-footer. Halliburton's got 24.
Can't blame the deficit on him. He's been scoring at will this period.
Here's Jones. Great D that time from Halliburton. Gets it off. Doesn't go that time. And so it's the Miami Heat showing no mercy and just piling it on. Looking dominant and focused right now. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this.
Thanks for stopping by, everybody. The story tonight, everything, and I mean everything, is working well for the Miami Heat.
Well, they're playing bully ball inside, so much so that, Shaq, I'm going to let you take it.
Oh, yeah. 1-2. 1-2, 1-2, in the place to be, most definitely. They seize the paint like a MIC. Me and Ernie and Kenny.
Next up, let's take a look at our latest power rankings.
Well, right now for the Heat, coming down the final stretch of the season, about a month left, I think they're in a pretty good spot.
Matter of fact, they're in the number 1 spot.
Well, number 1 is a good spot, isn't it, Ernie?
Last I checked, it doesn't get better than that. Thanks, as always, for watching. Let's head back to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the second half.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. And for the Pacers, they're shooting just 31% in today's game. Not great. Halliburton and Nembhard, the 1 and the 2. Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. And it's Matherin in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 for the Pacers. The shot by Nembhard, no good.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
And it's good. 2 points. He's got 19.
Impressive. Their ball movement has been excellent tonight.
Halliburton, the pass to Siakam. Back to Halliburton. Jones grabs the board. Jones has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. This one for 3. Gets the 3 to fall.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
Now here's Halliburton. Right side Matherin fires the three. And Hero grabs the board. Hero's got 4 rebounds now.
Stumbling to start the second half. 3 straight misses.
The Pacers have gone 0 for 3 to start the second half. And you think about the value Andrew Nembhard provides. Clark, he really excels at running the offense.
He's the quintessential point guard, BA. Has a great feel for setting up his teammates for what they're trying to get done. Plays with tremendous pace and great confidence. Typically doesn't over-dribble and is unafraid of any moment.
And the Pacers with possession here, following the bucket by the Heat. Pass to Halliburton. Into the lane. And that time also a missed shot.
Offensively, the struggles continue. 0 for 5 to start the half.
Butler with the ball. Picked up by Matherin. Hero for 3. Indiana with a rebound. Siakam's got his 5th rebound in this one. He swipes the ball away again.
Yeah, he's been an absolute thief on the...
Oh! What a hammer!
Oh, man! Nasty! I'm talking filthy. Butler punching it and getting his teammates on the bench amped up.
Impressive looks on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Miami's gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Jones from outside. Connects from downtown.
They've had a hard time shutting down the three-point shot.
And they're not making up for it with their own shots from deep either, so that's a double-edged sword there.
Outside Matherin. Back to Halliburton. Pass to Siakam. Shoots from the baseline. And he knocks the jumper down.
Using focus and balance to convert jumpers. Wow. Siakam has really improved his shooting.
Now here's Hero. Butler on the wing. He's got 16. Drills it from deep.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Indiana's got nothing to fall from outside in this third quarter. Halliburton for 3. Rebounded by Jovic.
If this quarter is any indication, he's not going to be the guy to turn this game around in their favor. Come on now, guys. That's flat out insane.
Hey, when's the last time you saw a jam like that?
And guys, it's going to be a long time before we see another one just like that.
Now here's Halliburton. 24 points for him. Turner passes to Halliburton. Out of bounds. It'll be Heat ball. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Indiana Pacers. On Saturday, they'll be matching up with Damian Lillard and the Milwaukee Bucks. And then Monday, they'll go up against the Bulls in Chicago.
And that game against the Bucks, this is one that they expect to win. But those games can be tricky. Remember, there are no free wins in this league.
Hero with the bucket.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
He had it flowing from long range in the first half. Not sure what changed.
Here's Adebayo. Indiana with a rebound. Here's Nembhard. He's scoreless. Here's Halliburton. Jones with the block. And he lobs it up top. And another dime for him. And that's his 20th assist. Wow.
He's doing a great job at orchestrating the offense.
Every trip up the floor gets more and more important.
Yes, indeed. They badly want to stop the bleeding here.
Outside Matherin for 3. It's good. And give the assist to Siakam. Matherin's got his second bucket on the night.
And with each made 3, Matherin's confidence rises. An encouraging sign.
Siakam outside. Another 3 for Indiana.
And that's a defensive lapse. A shooter of his caliber can't be left wide open.
Jones, the pass to Adebayo. Back to Jones. Beyond the arc. Good. He hits again. 71 points and no end in sight.
He's in the zone. The defense looks helpless.
Three-pointer, Halliburton. Adebayo grabs the board.
you kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there, and of course that one was just crazy.
Jones misses. And Halliburton has got the ball here for the Indiana Pacers. On the wing, Mathurin. Butler covering. And it's Mathurin missing. And there's the call. It's on Bam Adebayo. That'll be a second foul of the game. Nesmith, he's checked in for Mathurin.
Number 23, Aaron Nesmith.
And it's the Pacers with the ball. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Hey, Brian. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver is highly encouraged by the growth of the game. He said, in addition to being the fastest growing sport in the world, we are the #1 participation team sport in the United States. Boys and girls are playing basketball in record numbers. Love to hear it, Brian.
No doubt. The game's in a great place right now, Allie. Thank you. And the three-pointer goes.
Yeah, absolutely no hesitation from Hero. He shoots at will from range.
Halliburton for three. Adebayo grabs the board.
He just keeps firing away from distance. I know he's trying to get himself heated up, but at what cost?
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Indiana shooting an unimpressive 30% in this game so far. Halliburton looking for an opening. Siakam left side. There's a screen by Turner. The three ball. Jones grabs the board. Jones has got 13 rebounds in the game. Glass eating.
Since half, there's been a stark contrast between these teams. I'm talking about efficiency at the offensive end.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams.
Siakam to halt the run. And it's good on the lay-in. Siakam's got 7 points here in the quarter.
You know, this has been a totally different half for him. He definitely looks more comfortable now, guys.
From the corner. And Miami again with the bucket.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on him.
Now here's Nembhard. No points yet. Fires for three. Rebound Miami. Adebayo's got his 16th rebound on the night.
This is definitely a day he'd like to forget. He just hasn't had the energy or the intensity to get it done out there. He's still scoreless. It's basically been all him. I mean, he scored most of the points himself.
Here's Nesmith. He's averaging about 6 points per game. Turner finds Halliburton from outside the arc. And Turner with the three. Turner's got his third basket on the night right there.
Well, in the way the game is played in this day and age, it really is beneficial to have a big man who can stroke it from deep. And Turner is definitely of that ilk.
Now here's Jones. Over Halliburton. And there are the Heat with another bucket.
And he couldn't get an easier shot. The defense right now just looks defeated.
Well, that's exactly the kind of defense that's gotten them into the hole.
Halliburton with the ball, defended by Jones.
And, you know, they're losing in large part because he's not playing well. It's really as simple as that.
Oh, connects again.
Incredible. 81 on the night. Channeling his inner Mamba right now.
There's no slowing this guy down. He's on fire. Halliburton for three. Adebayo grabs the board. Adebayo's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. Jones, the pass to Butler.
And Butler just excellent at finding ways to get to the stripe, especially when he's near the basket.
And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Miami.
Really a great job in this one, forcing the issue defensively. Great quickness and discipline combined, making ball handlers very uncomfortable.
Well, they've also been impressive, forcing a ton of mistakes. Not only that, but converting those mistakes into points on the other end.
Wiseman, he's checked in for Indiana. McConnell comes in for Nembhard. To the paint. That's good from Jaquez on the assist from Jones.
And they're just taking what the defense gives them. And right now, that's the interior.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
Now here's Wiseman, giving this team some energy, averaging a little over 10 points a game. McConnell finds Siakam. 5 on the clock. Halliburton outside. No good. Unable to win this run.
Not a bad look for him on that shot, but it just doesn't seem to be his night tonight.
And it's Butler with the jam.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Here's McConnell. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Halliburton outside. Wiseman a screen on Jones. Looking to get back on track. Halliburton, no good.
Yeah, they just can't seem to end the drought no matter where they shoot it from.
And, you know, they've got to be careful because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
2 points. That one goes.
And from the mid-range area, they've been the more effective team.
Well, when you knock down jumpers like that, it opens everything else up as well.
Now here's Halliburton. He's got 26. Jones against Halliburton. And again for 3. Ooh, you can tell he's feeling it right now.
B.A., he's on fire.
Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Outstanding concentration and control right there by Halliburton. And one opportunity.
And the Heat making a change here. Highsmith checked in. And one thing that Siakam has always had a knack for, Grant, cutting to the rim and finishing plays.
Yeah, he plays so well when he has space to move. He's just great off the ball, and that fits with any team. His ability to convert at the rim makes his cuts that much better.
And Siakam has got the ball here for Indiana. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Rebound Miami. To the inside. And the basket by Highsmith. Highsmith's got his second basket on the night.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Good work there as it goes. 5 ticks left in the third quarter here. Jones from outside. Another one goes. Incredible.
He just notched 92 points on that one.
Simply surreal. I'm not sure even he can believe what's going on. And so it's Miami, and they're up an insane amount going into the break. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
He's always near the top of the list for this honor. I mean, passes like these are his specialty.
Well, you can't run away from the DNA. When he's running the show, he makes sweet highlight reel plays, night in and night out.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. Setting the floor for Miami. They've got Terry Rozier. Kelly Olynyk is out there with Jaime Jaquez. And it's Highsmith in at the 4-man position.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Here's Halliburton. Jaquez grabs the board. Jones against Schroeder. Hits yet again. Wow!
And he's been dominant so far in this one.
Shouldering the offense. Really taking it to the opposition. And you see player training methods, Grant, a lot more than just running and getting shots up.
And you know, B.A., what interests me, players not just training their bodies better than ever, but also their minds. They're working on hand-eye coordination drills and just all kinds of stuff to enhance their reflexes. Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine. getting any look they want.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Now here's Wiseman. Here's Halliburton. And he drops it in from the low post. Halliburton's got 31.
He's done everything he can to give them a lift tonight, but it hasn't been enough.
Jones up top. Fade away. Oh, another one falls. Oh, he's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
BA, it feels like he can't miss.
Pass to Wiseman. Now Halliburton. He's off on that one. Oh, Lennox with some nice D. And here are the Heat. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Jaquez, that's good.
You're not going to get stops against him unless you give an effort.
Priority and goal number one has to be tightening up the defense. They can't afford to give him open looks.
Now here's McConnell, and here's Schroeder outside. It's hauled in by the Heat. Jones has got rebound number 19 now. Incredible board work. Out of bounds. It'll be Indiana's ball. Nembhard, he's checked in for Indiana.
Number 2, Andrew Nembhard.
A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Well, Grant, in terms of scheduling, you see any way to eliminate back-to-backs?
You know, I'm not a big fan of eliminating back-to-backs, but to answer your question, BA, you have two choices. Either fewer regular season games or extend the season by a few weeks. I don't think either one of those options is in our future. Perfect from the field this quarter. Gotta wonder how long he can sustain it.
Jones against Halliburton. Back to Nembhard. Wiseman, a screen on Jaquez. Here's Nembhard. Outside for Halliburton. Sends it home from three-point land. Halliburton's got 10 points here in the second half.
This guy is simply having a great game from outside.
Jones from outside. Hits the trifecta.
We've been watching him hold court out of the arc. Just an unforgettable performance tonight.
The Pacers have gone 2 for 7 from the field here in the fourth. Not great. Now here's Wiseman. Jones grabs the board. To the middle. That's good from Jaquez on the assist from Jones.
I like that. Punch it inside. You usually end up with a good shot and or get fouled.
Halliburton against Jones. Jones with the block. Inside, here's Olynyk. Yet another assist.
25 assists. What an unselfish performance.
Looking like Scott Skiles right now with all these dimes. McConnell with it. More and more we're seeing international players come into the league who are NBA ready, Grant.
It really is a sight to see, BA. And some of those guys start playing pro ball when they're 16 or 17 years old. It toughens you up real quick playing against older competition at that age. This has been their game plan here in the final period. We'll see if it continues to work out.
You know what? Teams can get a little three-happy down the stretch sometimes, letting it fly.
He's trying to force his way into a rhythm, but that's not helping the team.
Halliburton against Jones. Shoots over Halliburton. Another bucket! Wow!
This game has his name written all over it.
He has been phenomenal. An offensive onslaught. McConnell passes to Wiseman. Halliburton against Jones. The Pacers again can't hit. Miami has gone 4 of 4 from outside during the fourth. Pass to Jaquez. Back to Jones. The three. Good. Another from three. Man, he's really launching them from outside the arc.
Man, so locked in, feeling confident in his three-point shot tonight.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
And here's Nembhard. Neesmith passes to Nembhard. Clock at 6. To win the cold spell. Jones grabs the board. And it's Jones with the ball for Miami. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth. From the arc. And again, Miami with a triple.
Balance. Play has given them the lead and also quieted this crowd.
Yeah, you said the key word there, balanced. I mean, their big lead owes as much to their defense as their offense.
Now here's Wiseman. Pass to Halliburton. Jones with the block. Shoots over Halliburton. The putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You cannot afford to ignore Rozier in those situations. I mean, he's a good rebounder for a guard.
Now Nembhard takes the three. Halliburton, no good.
At this point, I'm not sure if it's the play calling or the player himself.
Jones from outside. Good! That's another bucket.
And he's been dominant so far in this one.
Shouldering the offense. Really taking it to the opposition. Indiana's gone just 1 of 6 from downtown in this final quarter. Nembhard, the pass to Neesmith. And a vital mission for the NBA, mental health. Commissioner Silver has said it's the most important issue for the league.
And I applaud Adam for those comments he's made about it. I mean, the season is so difficult. It can really take a toll on your mind. So it's great the league is trying to help players out through this.
Here's Halliburton following the bucket by the Heat. They need this. And the dunk by Halliburton.
How about Halliburton? Fella going right to the rim, sneak dunking on that attack. Impressive.
Jones misses. To the middle. Here's Wiseman. And it's Wiseman with the jam.
He can really read the floor. Precision pass in rhythm.
Jones from outside. Pure from three-point range.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
Yeah, especially with the score being what it is. I mean, you got to tighten it up on defense.
And it's in there. Here's Jones. The three. And again, it's Miami from deep.
And looking to shoot as many threes as possible. This kind of confidence, impressive to see.
Love the mentality there, I tell you. I know I've never coached, but, man, playing to win and being aggressive even with the lead as opposed to being safe and going into prevent offense, I'll take the former all day long. Play to win.
He turns the offensive board into a big slam.
Wow, he was so well positioned there. Credit his anticipation.
That's exactly why it's important to work hard on the offensive glass, fellas, for chances just like that.
Well, the Pacers shooting only 29% in this one. Not great. So, Clark, you think the winner of the NBA Cup should be guaranteed an automatic playoff bid?
Man, that's interesting. I think it could make for a more competitive tournament. So if that would be the outcome, then I would be all for it. But what happens if the tournament winner is the #1 seed at the end of the season? I think you'd have to find alternative incentives then, B.A.
Now here's Wiseman. And he banks in the layup. Wiseman's got 6 here in the quarter. Wiseman's gotten 5 of his 9 attempts to go. Jones, the pass to Olynyk. Here's Highsmith. Jones from outside. Connects again from distance. Ooh, you can tell he's feeling it right now.
B.A., he's on fire.
Halliburton outside. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Jones against Halliburton. And again, it's Miami converting.
What a competitor. He's been looking for a shot all game long, and he's really showed the load for them offensively.
Pass to Wiseman. Halliburton with the ball. Over Jones. Halliburton, no good.
That's a shot he'd like back. He's usually going to make those. And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Heat.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And we just saw one of the greatest teams of all time win again. They've reached that magical 72-win marker, and they keep going.
And with just 1 game left to play between them, they've captured the first 2 meetings of the year.
And believe you me, they'll be gunning for the sweep in that 3rd meeting.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for primetime.
Throwing up the trip dub, his talent and versatility shining through. But also just the sheer endurance. He went nonstop from the opening tip.
And Miami has possession. After the basket by Indiana on the other end. Knocks down the long J.
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
Okay. Nabbing another steal.
He just does not let up. Constant ball pressure, and now he's broken his own record, a new number for the 2nd most steals in a game.
Just a fearsome presence defensively. Always bringing pressure and very crafty, hunting those opportunities to poke it loose, get out and run.
Unfortunately for them, they're still going to come up short. You wish they'd shown this kind of fight earlier.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you. They waited too long to finally ramp themselves up.
Yet another steal from him.
A defensive terror all night long.
I've never seen anything like it. He's actually tied the record for most steals in a game.
Filthy.
He swipes the ball away again.
Ball handlers beware. Ferocious defensive intensity, and he's broken his own record. We've got a new all-time high for steals in a game.
Boundless energy, always on the prowl, and just a nightmare for opposing players to reckon with on a nightly basis. But tonight has been special. So no problem for Miami as they get the win. This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was waiting for a miracle that never came.
Yeah, and this team was consistent throughout. They met every challenge, and they earned this dub.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Allie LaForce, Clark Kellogg, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson saying thank you for watching the NBA, brought to you by 2K Sports. So long, everyone.
Someone call the police because this man is a thief.
It seems like you really like talking to your opponents during the game.
You know, honestly, it's just fun. You know, Of course, you know, I'm not out there trying to talk about.
Good luck out there, MP.
Shout out my dog MP, man, giving the people what they want, man. Talking a little crazy, giving a little hot sauce, and still talking trash at the same time. I salute you.
MP.
He about to tear the roof off.